Well, howdy, folks. It's Brian, and we are doing a final on the buddy build we did with Mr. BAS Dry Dock, Mr. Brian over there. So it was a double Brian buddy build, and Brian squared or square Brians, something like that. You get the idea. Um, been quite a journey for this kit here. Been quite a journey because this all started back in 2019, back in November. We had gone out to Acme. We saw Brian and his beautiful wife Candy out there. We met them in person for the first time, and I had brought him a Mustang model kit, and we started talking about it. And I told him I had this particular version in my stash, and we thought, buddy build with this would be a really great idea. So we went ahead and planned to do it, and then COVID, pandemic, all that kind of jazz through 2020, and we kind of talked about it again, and we're like, this really isn't the perfect timing to be doing this. We had a lot going on in our lives at that particular point in time, so we decided to put it off until after the turn of the year, and we got started, gosh, I think in February, and we were supposed to have it done by the end of March, and that came and went, and then yeah, April came and went. Now we're about halfway through May. So, when doing a buddy build, I suppose you need to add 3 months to your timeline at least, because I remember last year doing the buddy build with Papa Dan and the 57 Chevy. That was darn near a whole year. That was a whole year long process for me anyways. But here we have the 1967 Shelby GT350, and here's the box flap of the kit that we used, and it's I believe still available. They're doing the GT version right now, not the GT350, so there are differences to the kits, different hood, different tailpiece, different trunk lid, different decals, blah 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 blah. So all down the line, everything's different, just like how a Shelby is different from a Mustang. But we decided to do ours in the Eleanor color scheme because I absolutely love that movie, Gone in 60 Seconds. Not the one from 1974. That has a place in my heart, but it's not. It's not the nicest place in my heart as the 2000 version that came out with Nicolas Cage and Angelina Jolie. Yeah, so but great cars, fun movie. It's supposed to have a plot. I didn't care. Just run around Los Angeles as fast as you can. That's what I watched it for, and Angelina Jolie. But we absolutely love the color scheme in that car, so we went ahead and used that on this guy. We used splash paints. This one is Eleanor Black Metallic. This is the stripes, and it's SP220. And then here is the body color, which is Eleanor Pepper Gray, SP219. Now, I got these a long time ago when Splash was offering them, of course, and I was like, okay, I got a kit. I want to put these, I'll put that on there, set it all aside, and then finally was the opportunity to do it. Unfortunately, I don't think Splash has them available right now. If you have to have them, you could probably contact them, and they might whip you up a special batch, but I'm not guaranteeing anything, and don't tell him I said that. I don't need an email. Hey, what's going on over here? Go away. But I don't need any hate mail. So we were watching Brian working on his car, and he's not a car builder. This is only the second car model he's ever built, and he wanted to do an extra special super good job because he loves Mustangs, and he has a color scheme he picked out for his, which I think was a very cool color scheme. We talked back and forth about it and kind of kicked around some ideas and everything, and I was like, Brian's pouring his heart out into this build. I'm getting kind of emotional over here, but he was pouring his heart out into this build, and he's really, really pushing his boundaries. He's really pushing his limits on building a car, even for the second time, And I know the second car I built was definitely bound for the circular file cabinet, but I was watching him work on his car, and I was seeing him pushing his limits, and he's doing some struggling here and there on some stuff. But the type of things that we would normally see somebody struggle with when they're building their second car model ever in their life. And I thought, instead of just knocking out a car model like I would normally do, I should do like what Brian is doing, and I should push my own personal limits as well. So we decided to try painting on the stripe package, and this is the first time I've ever done a stripe package, and we can see that there is just a little bit of an issue. This side here is just a touch anemic compared to the other side. I like the other side a little better than the passenger side one. So I thought, okay, we're pushing the boundaries there. What else can we do to help push the boundaries? Well, I thought, let's upgrade the wheels. We'll do a resin cast wheel set that we got from NNL West back in 2018. I don't even remember where I got the wheels from or who I got them from, but they're supposed to be GT40 Mark 1 wheels, something like that, with little spinners and stuff. I'm not really comfortable with working with resin yet, so that was another envelope pusher for me. And then I thought, well, let's lay down the back seat, and we've shown video of that back seat laid down back there, but we'll try and tilt up here a little bit so we can try and do this without some glare. Try and take a peek in the back window there, and you can see the back seat is folded down. I thought that would be kind of a cool little thing to do. And then we also decided to hinge the trunk, something else I had never done before also. So I would like to say that watching and helping Brian with his build inspired me to start pushing the envelope for my builds. I'm at a very, very comfortable place with how I build and what I build, and I must say that I have my entire life, how do I say this, tried to achieve that level of where I'm at right now, and I'm very comfortable with that, and that's great. There's nothing wrong with that, but at the same time, I'm seeing other people out there doing some really cool trick stuff and doing tutorials on things and everything. So I'm watching the tutorials. I'm taking pointers and stuff. I mean, I'm not really a fan of Pro Street cars. I do appreciate the engineering and the style and all the beauty that comes from that type of work. But maybe, I do want to do a Pro Street conversion. So doing some tubbing and stuff like that. Doing a back half, I guess they call it. That's another thing I'd like to push the envelope of my skills with. So I know Mr. Henry's going to be doing a tutorial on that here pretty soon, and I want to follow along. I might not be able to do it as he's doing his build, but I will be following along and taking notes. I'll be eagerly sitting there with my pad and pencil taking notes and asking questions and such as we go along. So let's take a look underneath the hood here. Let's go back to what we actually have on camera. We went with just a blue engine. I believe this is Tamiya French blue. Yes, this is Tamiya French blue over gray primer, so it gave us kind of a nice dark color there for the engine. I did do a satin coat over the chrome for the air cleaner and the valve covers, and we also have, let's just tilt up here again, we have our green top battery, and the washer bag, I decided to go ahead and just paint that flat red. I remember seeing in like a 65 pickup truck photo, I had seen that the washer fluid bag was a red bladder type thing. So I thought, well, might as well just do that also. And we even painted the tops of our little shock towers. There we go. Cute little guys right there. Rotating back down. So the stripe package on these Shelbys, they're pretty interesting because they wrap down, around, and over and through and all over places and stuff. And we got a little fin right here. I forgot to go back and double check all that stuff. Would I consider this as a show quality vehicle? Yes, I would take it to a show just because I'm proud of what I've done. Do I think it's an award winner? I don't know. It's hard to say. That's up to the judges or to the kind folks that like to do People's Choice. So, and is this supposed to be an Eleanor clone? Nah, it's more of a tribute to that car. There are so many subtle differences in that car, like all over the front here with different projector beams and bumper deletes, ride height stance changes, side pipes molded in, all that kind of jazz. Oh, speaking of side pipes, I have no graphics down the side. After putting everything together, I thought, I can actually print out some decals to put down the side of the car here. I got a lot of great suggestions from Chris Cortello and several other guys in the community of where to go buy some or how to make my own. All great suggestions. I did investigate nearly all of them, but when it came down to it, after doing final assembly, I thought, I like it without them. I really like it without them. And no, I'm not like James Morse made this comment on a video the other day saying that people will take the easiest route out and call it artistic choice. I'm not doing that. That's not what I'm doing here. I actually like it like this, so I'm going to leave it. Let's take a look at the bottom side. We're running along here. I apologize, folks. I'm babbling my head off. Pretty standard for me underside here with the German gray. I did do Ushi powder on the trunk lid and then a flat coat, so that's got a nice a raw metallic look to it. Yellow shocks. Let's see, there's our super bright blue engine. And then yeah, this thing actually went together rather well. I was surprised. I was expecting to have a lot of nightmares, a lot of heartaches, a lot of fitment issues, but we pre-built everything. We used a lot of tape to tape everything together to get an idea of how things are going to go together. And I think we were able to help out Brian with that type of build technique, because I was pretty much his windsock. I was like, hey, watch out for this. Hey, watch out for that. Hey, you might want to glue the headlight buckets in and then put in the glass from the front, because otherwise you won't know if the lines in the glass are vertical or horizontal or cockeyed or whatever. So yeah, hopefully he appreciated the help that we could share with him, because there was a few times when he would text me or call me and be like, have you gotten to this part on the car yet? I'm like, no, I haven't yet. And he goes, well, holy cow, because this is dumb. It's like, thanks, man, appreciate that. Thanks for the heads up on that. But yeah, I had a lot of fun working on this. I had a lot of fun talking to Brian and shooting the breeze and just pretty much hanging out. I mean, when somebody calls to ask a question and that turns into a 2.5 hour phone call and you're solving all the problems of the world in that phone call, type of thing, that's a great sign. All right, so we're going to sign off since this is a long old video, and I apologize about that, but I guess I had a lot to say. Haven't talked to too many humans today, so I got a lot on my mind. I hope you all enjoyed it. Brian, thank you very much for building with us. I appreciate that greatly, and I would like to do another one with you again next time. Your choice on the kit, not so much mine, but I'll build just about anything you want to, as long as it's not a 1/200 scale battleship. All right, y'all, take it easy, and we'll talk to you a little bit later on. Bye now.